Hey everyone, and welcome to Gardening with Ben. In today's episode we're going to be planting our red onions. Now these are red winter onions, so these will be ready around June, July time, fingers crossed. So these are from Simply Seed. So we're going to be planting these outdoors, but there's two ways of planting red onions. You can either plant them in seed trays to get them started, or you can plant them outdoors straight into the ground. However, if you plant them outdoors in the ground, you will need to put netting over them to stop the pigeons from pulling them up and the squirrels and the birds from eating the tops off them. So you'll need to keep them netted. So we'll show you both ways of doing this. So the sort of seed tray that you want to get them started off in, if you're growing them first, is in one of these, usually like 6-pack. And it's best because once the roots start forming, then you can just pull them out and plant them straight in the ground. So let's pop some in here and show you what they look like before planting them outside. So all you do is pop one in each cell like that. Then once they start growing and they've got some roots on them, then you'd plant them outside. You need to keep them in a greenhouse or polytunnel, keep them watered and keep them growing. And then once they're big enough and the shoots are big enough, then you can plant them outside. This gets them a head start and bit bigger so that the birds don't keep pulling them out. So some people do it like that, or some people plant them straight in the ground. We're going to plant them straight in the ground, so let's go outside and get them planted. So we're going to be planting them in this bed here. We've already got our yellow onions planted, so we've put some compost down so that it adds a bit more nutrition. So we're just going to plant them through the compost and hopefully they will get growing. Now it says to plant these about 10 centimeters apart, but we'll probably do them a bit more just so that it's easier to weed and get them weed free. One thing about onions is that they do not like weeds. If there's weeds around taking all the nurture from the soil, they won't grow very well, so you do need to keep them weed free. So plenty of space so that you can keep the weeds down and get to them easy and get the weeds out from between them both. So let's get them all planted. So we've got them all planted, nicely spaced out. So the last thing to do is just to net them, and we've got a little path in between as white ones and as red ones, so that it's easy to get down and weed in between them, fingers crossed. So yeah, just need to get them netted over now to stop the pigeons and the squirrels and the mice and everything pinching them. But yeah, let's get them netted. We've also just made a little sign to stick in so that we know what variety they are and what date we planted them on as well, because it's always good to keep a record of when you plant stuff. So we've now got them all netted over to protect them from the birds and the pigeons and the rats and the mice and the squirrels. So once they start shooting and they get the good shoots on, then we'll take the netting off to let them grow through, as it will be hard to take the netting off once the shoots grow through the netting. So we'll keep them netted just for a bit until they all started growing. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure you drop us a follow, give us a like, and leave a comment as well to help with the algorithm and stay up to date with what's happening. So until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everyone.